Real estate motivated. Reggie here. We all had an undisclosed location. About to interview one of the freshest, one of the best realtors in the city of New Orleans. My guy Kendrick. We're at a new construction home. It is a 4.2, I believe we said, or a 4.3. We're gonna get the details from him. Great guy. If you're looking for a realtor in New Orleans, he's one of the best people to represent you. Let's check it out. Also, I got my baby brother shooting the video. Come on, man, get your camera time, bro.
How y'all doing?
What's up? Now my guy Kendrick, the best realtor in the city of New Orleans. I mean, you can do a quick spill, quick little introduction.
My name is Kendrick Jumpierre. I've been doing real estate for 5 years now, and I've been enjoying it.
5 years, no rookie at all. I don't know why I thought it was gonna be a little bit shorter, but 5 years is a good while, bro. Yeah. That's definitely pro level. It's a beautiful house, by the way.
Appreciate it.
A quick tour before we jump to you. This is going to be bio.
We walk through kitchen, dining area. Walk into the kitchen, living room.
Is this on the market?
It will be back on the market, but it was taken on while the realtor gets his licensing situation.
Okay. And who built this one?
Emerald Ray Customs.
Okay. Out of the city?
Yeah.
Okay.
Local, owner raised.
I mean, look, we in your world, bro. You know, take it from me. We're gonna follow you. Whichever one we want to go to, we're rocking with you, bro.
Step inside the main bedroom.
And this is the master bed?
Yeah.
Do y'all say primary now or what?
Primary, main suite, however you want to say it. Like I try and go away from the term
Master. Exactly. That's what I've been trying to do, bro.
Yeah, so that's why you want everything to say master.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to sound like too crazy. Yeah.
So you mean walk-in shower tub situation? You walk in closet. Check that out.
Oh yeah, get that closet. Can we see where we are right now, the location?
Yeah. Elmwood Park.
Elmwood Park? Okay. Is this more like up and coming area or established or?
It's pretty established, just that before they started building, there wasn't much activity, but it was like once they finished the house next door, I guess other people that lived in the neighborhood, they started building up in the area. So now, like every lot that was up, everybody's been going out.
Just right with it.
Yeah. Because like if you know that, like even if you see on Berman Highway, you'll see a bunch of new construction that's popping up.
You can tell a lot of thought and detail like really put into this one.
Like anything he builds, he's gonna make sure that it's been loved. You know, most people shouldn't fall in love with projects. He almost falls in love with every project he does.
Oh man.
So sometimes I'll be trying to tell him like, bro, you gotta dial it back a little bit.
That was one of the first things somebody told me. Never fall in love with a project. Don't get attached.
You can't get attached. The more you get attached, the more money you invest into it. So then at that point, it's like you gotta keep in mind that you're not gonna live it.
Exactly. Love this blue, man.
This is literally like my new favorite color. So I would definitely use this color.
Oh yeah, man.
Like this, or like a green that has the similar. Like, cause it just give me that matte finish.
Yeah,
I'm
definitely.
big on matte finishes.
I love the matte finishes. And you got the trim, the same color as well.
That's it. Then I like the way if you notice, all the doors that he used, they come from like old banks.
Oh really? I didn't even catch that. Oh,
Like he literally found them from like old banks.
bro, what? Like, is that something he just had in his mind, or?
Honestly, I happened to go to when he built the house next door, he had similar doors to this as well. And that's when he was like, man, you're gonna find this funny. And it's like, I literally have a guy that knows he housed things that come from old banks and stuff like that. And he just sourced all of his doors from there.
No, this is beautiful, bro. And yeah, let's catch up upstairs real quick. It was 4 beds, 2 baths, or
4 bids, 2.5.
2.5. Gotcha. So do you have a favorite market? I mean, well, favorite area right now?
Favorite area?
Favorite neighborhood in the city?
Believe it or not, my favorite area in the city would be the Holy Cross neighborhood.
Really?
More so because I see the potential in the Holy Cross area. Like there, most people don't want to live there right now because they have a shortage of amenities, and you got to pretty much drive everywhere. But if you think about it, it's almost the same things like living in the bywater, which is the only difference with the bywater is that you have everything you need.
Close by,
The Holy Cross area is cheaper, but you can have the same thing. It's like if you get in now, it'll be smart.
Yeah, it's
like
right
a great
away.
investment
Yeah,
because
right
like,
away.
you're just waiting on a grocery store or something, like a coffee shop or a local bar or something like that to pop up. As soon as that happens, the price is going to skyrocket.
And it's right there where you can get the equity.
Yeah.
That's not bad at all.
Get a lot of natural light up in here.
How do you feel about windows? You love windows?
I do.
Really?
The only time windows become a problem for me is when you're dealing with an HDLC.
Yeah, bro. Jesus. Yeah.
Like outside of that, I love windows. It's like when you're dealing with an HDLC and you gotta use those windows that aren't energy efficient.
Yeah. And it's the most expensive windows to replace.
Yeah.
Like.
So I literally have a client now that he's building an HDLC, so he had to replace all the windows. But luckily he purchased them beforehand, but he hadn't even begun to install them, so hopefully.
Right, and like something like that is like, it's either you know or you don't know, because it's just like, how would you ever know about your budget? That could really just blow your budget, you know what I mean?
Right.
Really just crash you out, really.
You really can.
Like,
It was a good thing that he found out early on. What I told him was like, when you build it in the HDLC, you have make sure you get permission before you start.
yeah, just to be safe, you know.
There you have the little study.
Really good details in here, really good trim. So let's get to your spiel a little bit. So, what made you become a real estate agent?
Would be the same thing that made me major in journalism.
Okay.
Like I found myself watching a bunch of sports shows. I was spending half of my day just keeping up with sports and everything. And then it got to a point where I found myself just watching HGTV a whole lot. And I like what Chip and Joanna Gang does. Like they do really great work.
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
I definitely enjoyed that. So I want to say that was my inspiration to where I knew a bunch of it, not how the real estate process works. And then from there, it's like I just literally dove in, didn't know anything about real estate at all. So I was like, I was a novice. First year, I only did a rental, which at the same time, I'm sitting here like, it's going to be a lot of trial and error. And I was prepared for it. So I was like, I'm determined to make it work. I ended up reading like a lot of books, taking a bunch of training classes and everything because I was just determined to succeed.
And was there any requirements that you had to take or prepare for it, or to really get your real estate license?
Now, basically, I went to, literally when I decided I was going to do it, got on Google, searched real estate schools, Donaldson popped up. I didn't really do much research about Donaldson, but then when I went there, it was clear that they had your best interest in mind. And when I went there, they pretty much teach you how to pass the exam and tell you, and make sure you never lose focus and tell you like stick to the topic at hand, and cause just like we're gonna teach you to pass the exam, and then once you pass the exam, it's your broker's job to train you and get you ready.
So what's that process really like, getting your license and then you try to find the brokerage? Because as a beginner or a rookie, like it really has to be a good fit for you, right?
Right.
And really be a good.
For me, it's like I literally was going around calling a bunch of brokerages, and then also like and it's weird because when you're applying for a job, it's like you go there and they ask you questions about yourself, whereas in real estate, you go to every brokerage and you ask them about themselves, and then you walk around the office to see if you feel as if you'll be a good fit. But the only way it gets tricky when you do it that way, because it's like things in the real estate office change day to day.
Oh, really?
And you may see some realtors in there one day that you didn't see another day. So it's like all realtors are never gonna always be in the office because you have so many bodies and not enough office spaces. So it's like my first year when I ended up going with Gardner because Trisha King was my sister's realtor. And I looked at that as that my sister spoke highly of her, so I was like, maybe this is someone that I can learn from. So I was going to Gardner. Unfortunately, I left there after a year because I just didn't feel as if I was a good fit. But then I realized that I was also like the youngest agent there, which is also why it wasn't.
So was it more of like an old-fashioned traditional versus?
Yeah, because that one, when I was with Gardner, it was a family-owned company, whereas many real estate offices nowadays are independently owned. So they were literally a family-oriented business. So every Gardner was owned by one family.
So who are you with right now?
I'm with Rev right now.
Oh, okay, I always see that sign. So is that more of like obviously it's a better fit for you. You love it. I mean,
I say it's younger, and they put in a bunch of systems in place to help us succeed. Because many brokerages charge you monthly fees and things like that, whereas they cover our marketing, they pay for our websites. Like they offer us weekly trainings. They constantly keep the door open to where if you need help, you can either go to one of the owners or you can go to our non-competing broker. And then there's like a friendly environment to where if you can't get an answer that as soon as you need it from the broker or someone, you can just go straight to another agent who may have experience with whatever it is that you want to do.
Okay, wow. So they really put you in a winning position to succeed.
It was like I literally have improved every year since I've been there.
Oh wow.
And then I've been there going on it's just over 2 years now.
Okay, so I know you're killing the agent game. Do you have any aspirations to get more into investing or the development side, or? Yeah,
that was my main thing. Honestly, when I first got into real estate, it was never for me to be working with buyers and sellers. It was more so for me to get into the development side of things. Because it was like I would look and see everything that was built, and I would go around a different house and see what's missing, and that way I can try and give people what they're missing.
Yeah, definitely. So, kind of backtrack. So, how do you approach or handle a potential client who is a homeowner versus who's an investor? Should they both have certain things already prepared before they come to you, or should it be more of we walk them through it to get to point A to point Z?
For me, I kind of look at it as it's almost like I'm your therapist. So for me, I'm gonna figure out what your problems are, and I'm gonna help you come up with a solution. That's gonna with anything you talk to me about, I'm gonna help you solve your problem in a sense. So no two clients are alike, because believe it or not, sometimes you have renters want more than what a buyer would want. And have of course the budget is less. So for me, it's like I'm going to ask you what your needs are, and that way we get to the root of the problem, and I'm going to come up with a solution that best suits you.
Yeah, definitely. So should someone have like their financing in order before they come to you, or do you introduce them to like a bank grant, or how does that even work?
Yeah, well, some people come to me with their financing in order. And some people, if you don't have your financing, I have lenders and everything that I've had great relationships with, and I'll always refer you to. And then, but I'll also let you know that you're not entitled to using this person. You can still go out and do your own due diligence if you want to work with someone else, because it's always great to get at least get 2 to 3 quotes. Because most people assume that once you get pre-approved with one lender or a bank, you have to just stay there with that person, where I always let you know you have up to like 2 or 3 months to where you can pretty much go around and shop that quote around. It won't count as multiple hard inquiries on your credit.
On your credit? Okay, well, I didn't know that. Yeah, so that's the main thing people are scared about. Yeah, because they don't want that to take those hits.
And I always tell people it's best that you go around, because you can. I had one buyer. He literally went to 3 different realtors, and his budget kept jumping up every time he went to a different lender. He started with $275, then he went to another lender. They pre-approved him for $300. Then he went to another lender, and they pre-approved him for $350.
Oh wow, God! And if you would just say the first one, he wouldn't even have known that.
No, and the way it worked out perfectly, because after the first one, he couldn't find anything that he liked within his price range. And every house that he wanted, he was like, I need at least $300K. So then from there, that's when he just kept shopping around to where he ended up taking like a 2 or 3 month break and then wanted to revisit the process. And by the time we revisited, he got pre-approved for 350.
Oh wow.
And we found a house for him within 2 weeks.
Oh wow. Perfect. So really, man, how do you feel about the market with COVID? I know. So like I've been doing some reading this. Really, a lot of people are still buying. Like a lot of people have been buying during the pandemic. And is that really true for New Orleans?
That's definitely true for New Orleans. Believe it or not, like last year was my most successful year.
Oh wow.
And I was under the impression that people would be hesitant to buy because of COVID, but it turns out it made more people want to buy because interest rates were lower, which they're literally at record lows right now when you think about it. And it was literally like the best time because if you think about it, anytime there are jobs, multiple jobs being created, that's usually when the market is booming.
Yeah.
And then when we have a shortage of jobs, that's usually when the market tends to crash or slows down. So as long as they continue to create newer and newer jobs, the real estate market is going to continue.
Looking forward. Okay, so where do you see yourself in, let's say, 5 years?
5
Where do
years.
you want to be?
In 5 years, I see myself as a top 10%, top 10 in the top 10% of producers.
Okay. And are you gonna stick to agency or have your own brokerage or?
And within 5 years, I'll possibly start my own brokerage.
Okay.
Because I'm already eligible to start my own brokerage now. I just want to wait until I can build up the proper following for myself so that I can have agents already on board working under me as opposed to me just trying to start on my own and doing everything myself.
Gotcha. And can you do residential and commercial under the same license or is that two separate?
Well, I'm not. I can do commercial, but I wouldn't be certified.
Oh, okay.
That's a different animal. Like that's a different process. So I've met people that were certified that was like, in order for you to be certified with commercial, like you literally travel from different states taking different certifications for you to be fully certified within commercial.
Oh wow. Do you feel like that's really worth it or?
Yeah, I believe
it. Really?
I definitely, because when you're dealing with commercial, you're dealing with bigger budgets, bigger price points. It's going to be a longer process, but at the end of the day, you're going to make more.
Yeah, definitely. And if you could pick any neighborhood in the area that you think is going to be just like cash cow, is that it area, where would it be? If not Holy Cross, when you mentioned it earlier.
Hold on, what's up? Ask me a question again.
Where would you, if you could pick a neighborhood in the city that you think would be like the it area, like the next Bioware, something like that, or that just a big booming area, what would it be? I know you mentioned the Holy Cross area earlier.
I can give you two.
Okay.
I see Central City. So I see changes taking place in Central City and also the East.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
More people are avoiding the East right now due to the crime and everything. But I'm like, if you think about it, there's so much land available to where it's just waiting.
Exactly.
There's so much opportunity there, so it's just waiting on people to come in. And then you have amenities and things like grocery stores and coffee shops, restaurants, and all that. That's already there. You just don't have the infrastructure and everything because people are avoiding that area.
Yeah.
So it's like once people continue to keep building on those lots and everything, it's only a matter of time.
Yeah, and especially with like the development at the old Six Flags as well.
Yeah. So it's literally a matter of time before that you start to see a change in that area. But as far as Central City, you're starting to see a change there now because the prices have started to skyrocket in that area.
Okay, and two more questions for you. Got my last one, but okay, so I'll go with this one. What does success mean to you? And I was looking at Cameron.
Success for me would be like I enjoy putting smiles on people's faces. Like knowing that I've done my due diligence in helping you accomplish the American dream because I believe everybody wants to become a homeowner.
Yeah.
And being a part of that process puts a smile on my face because I'm not happy until you're happy.
And really they're gonna remember that for the rest of their life.
Right.
Yeah, always.
And if you do a great job, it's like one person, you do a great job for one person, that's almost like 15 potential deals right there. Because they're going to always remember you. They're going to constantly refer you to their friends and family. Anytime they think real estate, they're going to think of you.
Always. And if you could give any advice to someone thinking about becoming an agent what would you tell them or give them?
The one advice I can do is you gotta be prepared to go in 100% full time. Like, don't try and, I'm gonna say you're definitely gonna have to remove your safety valve. Like, you can't just want to be a part-time realtor like it's all or nothing. And that would be my best advice. Like, you gotta go all in, be willing to take risks, be willing to starve sometimes, honestly, because that first year was rough.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
I had no help.
I
I
heard.
had no help. Didn't know what I was doing, but I was determined to be successful.
Yeah, definitely, man. I definitely appreciate you for allowing me to come to this beautiful home and interview you. Yeah, man, let them know where they can follow you at or where they can catch up with you.
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram or Twitter. My Instagram handle is United_Kingdom. Same as Twitter. Facebook, Kendrick Jumpierre or Ken Jumpierre, which is my business page. You can also find me there.
Perfect, man. Thank you.